Well, hey guys, it's Angry Baby from Awkward Conversations, and we are here at BentCon, and we are joined by Jeremy of Burly Press. Jeremy, thanks for coming on.
Hi.
Okay, and so Burly Press we've interviewed before, but there's all kinds of cool new stuff out. You were telling me about a pinup book. Talk about
Yes.
what a pinup book for Burly Press is.
Well, you know, a pinup book, the cheesecake, the nudie cutie, you know, not quite porn, not quite like, you know, super naked, just like teasing and fun, right? And I did a pinup book a while ago. I wanted to do a burly pinup book of, you know, big burly dudes, and I make it fun, so I went really geeky with it. But I just did my second one, which is right here, and I narrowed it down. It's still geeky, but I narrowed it down to a horror theme. So it's all horror stuff. Like I got, you know, like Freddy and Jason are in here, or just like original stuff. Here I am looking at it, and I have a camera that I should be showing. There's my centerfold, very Tagame inspired.
Nice.
And you know, Frankenstein, and like, so very horror. I'm a big horror fan, so
Okay.
that's why I did that.
So are these horrors?
What horrors?
Are they horrors or?
I don't know them personally, so I don't know if any of them have had sex for money.
Okay, all right, I hear you.
But you know, if you want it, it's a pinup book, so you can make your own backstory. There's no words. So if you want them to be a whore,
There
if
you
you
go.
want Frankenstein to be your whore, then
That's always been my personal
that's
dream,
personally
so
fun.
I appreciate that. And you also have a new edition of Bludgeon.
yes.
And tell us about the plot of Bludgeon and how it's progressed in the latest episode.
Well, Bludgeon is my comic book. It's a superhero book slash slice of life comic. I'm trying to split the difference between the two because I really enjoy comics that are character based, you know, and have really deal with the person, and like, you know, some of the best comics you get the flawed people with the issues, and like nothing is easy for them and whatever. And so that's kind of what I'm going for with Bludgeon. He used to be a part of a super team, and that ended horribly, and so now he's out on his own for the first time in his adult life. He's been a superhero, but now he's on his own and he doesn't really know who he is. So he's searching for where his powers came from, and at the same time inadvertently finding out who he is as a person. He figured out that he was gay about 3 years ago, and he's never really been out. He doesn't know what that means to socialize, so he knows how to throw down with the bad guys. He doesn't know how to have a conversation with somebody at the bar.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of where that goes.
I would say that's like me, right?
Yeah, and I throw in a lot of, I have a heavy horror element to my book. I love cryptozoology and mythos and stuff like that, so we throw little critters in and mythical creatures, and as it progresses, I'm a huge fan of H.P. Lovecraft, and so as it progresses, it's going to be a little more cosmic horror and like ancient evil from the deep kind of stuff, without trying to step on, you know, Hellboy's toes, you know, because Mignola did that so well, incorporating Lovecraft themes into his books. So we're trying to figure out a different way of going about it, rather than like raising a Cthulhu clone, you know,
Right.
or whatever. So,
Right.
but yeah, that's my book, and just came out with my number 0 just came out with a second edition. So it's in its second print now, and with an awesome new cover by my friend Marco from Brazil, who works for this online magazine called Baronerd. He helps run it. He's also a very talented artist, and he did this amazing Days of Future Past reference for a pinup, and I saw it and I was like, oh, that's so amazing, I gotta use that as a cover. So that just came out in second edition, and then my new issue, number 2 of Bludgeon, is out now too, where it takes, you know, picks up where number 1 left off, and where he's kind of like, here it says Bludgeon versus social interaction. So he's blindsided by the new hag that he met in town, and she pulls him into the bar, like while he's in the middle of a chase, she pulls him into the bar to meet her friends, and so now he's got to like deal with being social, and he doesn't quite know how, and he meets this cutie named Jake, and but yeah, and I'm not going to tell you how it ends or anything, because you got to buy it.
Because you have to buy it.
Read it, It's on iTunes and Comixology too if you do the digital thing. NorthwestPress.com has been helping me get into iTunes and stuff, and they also have DRM-free digital copies at their site too.
Well, awesome.
Or BurlyPress.com, you can order hard copies from me. I've got a special edition package that comes with this print here and this Tackle Box t-shirt. The Tackle Box is the bar inside the comic.
Okay.
So it doesn't exist in real life. I kind of wish it did. When I was living in Albuquerque, I wish there was a Tackle Box, but the book takes place in Albuquerque because I lived there for a while. And but yeah, so that's like the bar inside the world.
Well, great.
I'm a big fan of artifact props and shirts, so that's why I did that. So.
Well, awesome. And you also have done some unique art for Geeks Who Drink. As many people know, I host trivia. Geeks Who Drink is another organization that has trivia. And you have some very interesting artwork, and I'd love for you to tell people about it.
Okay, yeah, I did a couple of visual rounds. So I did these. This isn't like I rearranged this so I can make prints, so it's not like the original artwork that I did for them. But they do a visual round where it's match the this or name the that, right? So this one I did that was sci-fi females gender swapped into males, and so like they had to guess which ones were which. And then this one is human bears dressed up as cartoon bears. And I recently did one that they just ran over Halloween that was Adventure Time characters reenacting horror movies.
Very cool.
So it's been super fun working with them. And if they're in your area, geekswhodrink.com, you can look it up and see if there's a quiz by you, and check it out.
Which was your favorite character to switch between a human bear or a man woman?
It's a toss up between Lilu from The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Because that was super fun, kind of drawing a mankini on him, kind of.
Right.
And Kaylee from Firefly he just turned out adorable with the little curly mustache.
I really like the mustache.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you to Jeremy from Burly Press for coming on our show again. And you can find more information where?
Burlypress.com. And from there you can find me. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. Where all the digital kids are hanging out these days. So yeah, but burlypress.com.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Phantom Kitten, The Singularity, Get Ready, Initiating Awkward Conversation in 3, 2, 1.